fucking Normies podcast.
What up,
What's
everybody?
We're at you live with the podcast. You might be wondering why we're not in a hot tub.
This is a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's underneath.
In a way, you know, this is a tub, as in it can hold a lot of air, and it's a lot of hot air. So technically a hot tub. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so if you haven't been following what's been happening with us, allow me to mildly explain. We lost power multiple times during...
At multiple
Not
locations.
once, not twice.
Yeah, how many weeks ago was that?
That's
Three.
just 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks. We started.
Oh my God.
Just the power started
How
shutting
fast?
on and off in the middle of reactions. Turns out somebody else in the building ran into
They were jackhammering
into a panel that also contained wires for our unit. So we were only 2 units in the whole entire building with no power. There's also no windows in here, so we struggled in the darkness. So then we were like, well, we should come back, and then we're like, okay, well, we'll do the podcast. But then the lights kept going out. This was a whole different week, different time it happening. And we were like, well, if we're in the hot tub and the lights go out, we'll probably die.
Yeah.
Someone will get out of the hot tub, knock a couple of microphones into the water, slip and slide, break
The
it
hot
back.
tub will be back.
So anyway.
Will it?
Yeah, it'll be back. It'll be back. I like the hot tub. It'll come back.
Man, I am so sorry. I just am doing the grossest fart right now.
Yeah, I heard that. It sounded like a.
Oh, can we all
gremlin.
No.
His linger,
Just
too.
keep your ass covered on the
No,
seat
I am.
cushion.
Linger.
Don't let out a pocket of air
It's just
between the cushion and your ass cheeks.
My stomach hurts.
I bet you it's a damn old chicken pot pie and mac and cheese.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
are you
probably.
just
Chicken pot pie and mac and
perpetually...
cheese
You're
at some
just...
point.
Do you only eat expired food?
It was the Basbo's pizza last night.
No, it was probably literally the Quattro Formaggio that I ate 5 slices
That shit was
of.
good.
What is
Because
that?
it's 4 cheese
Quattro
pizza.
formaggi.
No one needs that much cheese.
That is
You need
true.
it. You need the ricotta. You need the feta. You need the mozzarella.
You
sorry.
absolutely. It was delicious, but like, you know, every time I eat this shit, I get the poots because I'm not supposed to eat that much cheese. It's a lot of fucking cheese.
We're off to an amazing start.
So anyway, let's do the week catch up. What's been going on?
Shit, we just got back from the Thanksgiving break. So what y'all do for Thanksgiving?
You know, I mean, just not
We
a
ate food?
not a whole lot. You know, the average, the huge.
How many
Turkey.
Thanksgivings did you have?
What? Oh,
I had Friendsgiving and Thanksgiving.
yeah, and it was cool. Well, Friendsgiving was really cool because I got a new house. I'm a homeowner. Your boy's a homeowner, and I was able to host Friendsgiving this year, so that was really fun. We played Just Dance.
What'd you make?
Huh?
What'd you make?
I made deviled eggs. That's yeah, and everybody made something. What did you make, Chris?
I made the turkey.
Hey, and it was like properly done. You should tell them about it.
All right, so this is what you gotta do. All right, first you gotta make the brine. I forgot to heat up my brine to incorporate some of the flavors a little bit better, so that's on me. But did the brine, took it out the brine, let it sit in the fridge for like 8 hours, and then after that, I got the herb butter going. I got all up under there, rosemary, thyme, sage, all up under the little chicken, all up inside of them. Then I took all of the aromatics from out of the brine, stuffed it inside the cavity, and then threw that boy in the oven, let them cook for about 3 hours. Got a little too crispy on top, but it was still good. The skin was right where it's supposed to be. Nice. And then
It was a really good turkey.
That, made the mashed potatoes too, because they was going to get store-bought mashed potatoes. You can whip up mashed potatoes in like 10 minutes. So, boom, whipped up the mashed potatoes, and Marquetta did the greens. Shit was fire.
So did you vlog this turkey freaking process?
Hell no.
So it really didn't happen.
Actually,
Yeah, I doubt it.
No, I got photos. I was sending you guys periodic photos of the
He
steps. Y'all
was
saw.
fisting that turkey. He was, you had you were elbow knuckle deep in that thing.
Oh,
Get in
you
there.
said Marquetta made the greens, and I do want to talk about it. She made some really good collard greens. It was infused with a scorpion pepper, but it was like just
Cameron
this,
swallowed it.
it was just like this subtle. It was so good. I've never had collard greens like that. That was actually really,
Collard
really
greens
Here's
are
me
delicious.
mom's recipe
Yeah.
from the old country.
Oh, God.
Alabama is the old country.
Let me get that
Did
recipe.
you consume that entire turkey? Is it in your stomach?
No, there's so much turkey because it was so if you buy
There's
turkey,
more turkey?
Yeah, if you buy turkey late, it's a 16-pound turkey because no one.
Why don't you bring it into the office?
You guys want it?
You gonna eat all the turkey by yourself?
I've been going at it, man. There's so much left. I am ready to stop eating turkey.
Are
But
you
yeah.
like high off tryptophan right now?
No, but like every night, I'm like, I've been having greens and turkey for every night. And I'm like, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I don't know how we did Just Dance after all that food.
We had to. It was the only way.
Nuvi could not. She was like absolutely stuffed.
Yeah, they had to roll Nuvi out to the car.
I made
it
butter
was-
chicken. And
That was good.
That was
got
really
garlic
good.
naan. I know this is like my one recipe. That's how I got Corey. On our first day I went over there, I made the butter chicken. She was like, "This man can cook." And I'm like, I got like 3 recipes. That's one of them. So yeah, it was good. And then Pat, what'd you do?
I made some cauliflower pizza.
That was good too.
Hold on.
Solid.
This guy did go in on that pizza. He had to lay it out with the little ladle sauce thing. He also came late, so everybody had eaten by the time he was finished.
I know nobody ate my pizza except myself.
Pat, I thank you. If you didn't come late, then Corey and I would have been the last ones to come.
I'm always the late one. I hate this shit. I was late to your thing yesterday too.
Well, I thought you'd been late on purpose.
Yeah, because you were at
Is
the,
it the
you were
earring?
you were
You
getting
be looking for the earring?
you were
before
getting the
leave house?
gains.
Sometimes yes.
He was busy
because
getting
they're
the
so
gains.
tiny. You gotta look all over my dresser for it. And then the other times is I gotta look for my phone or I'm coming late from the gym.
You know, with the Apple Watch, I can ping my iPhone. You know, like. find
So,
out
but
where-
buddy, guess what? I'm getting my iPhone in 1 to 2 months.
1 to 2 months?
There you go.
Are they making it for you right now?
Apparently there's an iPhone shortage or some shit like that.
Because they're so lucrative and so amazing. The devices are heavily sought after.
You're going to buy the iPhone car when they get it? The iPhone butt plug? All of it, so I can be interconnected.
Hey, I will tell you this one thing though.
Every time Tim Cook sneezes, I
Apple
come.
may not be very innovative, like Android and all that, but once they start something, it's probably the best product they make. Cause like these AirPods that I have, I don't think I've ever found another pair of headphones compared to those. Cause the noise canceling functionality, I can't hear motherfuckers at all at the gym, and the speakerphone. I could be driving, I could be at the gym and talking to motherfuckers, and they can hear the
Environment.
environment.
Also, I know we're a little cheeky sometimes. Like, I don't care if you guys really have Android, but I do like to stoke the flame sometimes. Or stoke the flame. But really, Apple Music sounds so much better.
Actually,
I don't know
actually,
what they do.
I will give you that. I
They
will
have
give you
like
that.
some proprietary.
I will give you
conversion
that.
system. I don't know what they do, but it literally.
Because
in the
I
car
tried
sounds so good.
I tried Tidal for a while, and that's supposed to be lossless too. And it just like I compared to SoundCloud and Spotify, it was like it was a little better, but like Apple Music is like definitely like
They have a patent on that
it's
one.
like
Maybe I
noticeably.
need to listen to it. I don't listen to
I got Apple Music, bro.
No,
You wanna try it out?
Apple
If you
Music.
play it off of your phone, it's gonna sound like trash to me.
Pat was disappointed in his car until he turned on Apple Music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, try
it was
try
like
side
it
by
was like
side.
a no. It was like it's
Not two
so
phones
much
side
of
by
a
side.
difference that you're like, what do you?
Spotify.
What is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing some science.
I mean, I just have Spotify.
Go buy some Apple
as a musician,
That's right, yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you do.
I
Because you're supposed to
really
care
don't.
about the sound. You're not a true musician.
Oh,
Yeah, I am not.
you're not an audiophile.
Nah.
I got I got one pair of work headphones at home, which are the same kind of headphones I've been using forever.
Just go candy.
And then, no, what?
Aren't you like
Jesus Christ! How dare you? Get the fuck out of here!
You're a hot topic face.
Fucking working with skull candies.
Hey, man, I used to have a skull candy. They were pretty decent. They were pretty decent.
No, I did have to buy a really shitty pair of headphones for the gym because mine keep falling out. So
AirPods, bro, they don't fall out.
I literally hate the way AirPods look. I absolutely don't like the look still.
I didn't like it either when it first came out, but now
And I know that it's like ubiquitous and like everybody's into it, but like I still I do not like the way that they look, and that's like off tops.
Do you care about the looks or how it sounds?
I care about how it looks too. I care about how I look when I'm wearing it. That's why I
Aesthetic.
don't roll around wearing over the ear headphones as an
Aesthetic.
aesthetic anymore. I used to do that in junior high when that was the aesthetic, but now I know everybody does it. I don't like the way it look. So I'm not gonna do it.
So aesthetics
Fuck me, I guess.
Aesthetics
No,
over
I
sound
think-
for a
yeah, no,
musician,
I'm,
huh?
I'm all about aesthetics too.
Oh
man.
no, because when you're doing musician work, you got proper shit for that. Not like people use whatever they got, but like when I'm like, oh, I'm sitting down to work, I put on like my work headphones. I'm like, I'm working on music. Look at me.
Were you guys ever were you guys ever Beats people?
Oh, I hate Beats.
No.
I bought 3 Beats and they all sucked.
I wanted
What?
to try it.
For real?
I never had a Beats headphone.
They put
Never
a
owned
lot of
Beats.
that low end in it. Beats sound good if you just like,
If you just
Yeah,
want
no
like
shit.
too.
loud bass, it works, but the range is horrible, and they like if you sweat, it ain't gonna work for you anymore.
It's actually like the headphones that our editors use. Like I always try to make sure it's not really noise canceling or not bass boosting because it can severely hinder how your content sounds.
Oh,
compared to
yeah.
like when other people are playing it from their phone.
Yep.
if you have bass boosting, you're asking to fuck your shit
Yeah,
up.
like you got to check the levels because even when we were in school, they would always tell us with video or audio, whenever you're done, play your final product on like multiple different
Yep.
devices to see how it sounds.
Off your shitty computer speakers, off your phone, off all that.
Yeah.
We used to. I had a buddy who he was learning music and he had like bass boosting headphones, and he was at this like beat competition thing, and they were like playing his beat like through like a sound system at a club, and like it was just nasty, like.
Nasty in a good way.
No, like it
like
had,
bad.
yeah, because he was trying to overcompensate for the bass boosting that he knew the thing was adding instead of having like flat headphones. He was like, I just like the way these sound, and then like he was asking the sound, and he was like, hey, can you like turn down the bass? He was like, nah, man. He's like, you just gotta make your beats better next time. You gonna learn. That's how you gonna learn.
Damn.
Ever since then, though, my man's mixes have been tight. So
Good. You know, you gotta get that humbling opportunity. So, what are we here to discuss?
well, let me pull up my own notes here.
First of all, hi everyone. Thank you for joining on.
how are you guys?
Yeah, how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, let us know.
We
in the
never
comments.
mentioned that the power also went out at Mickey's.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
After it went out here, we set up shop at Mickey's. So graciously, letting us use
We
the house.
watched all of Home Alone 2. It was a really good reaction. And literally at the last 60 seconds of the film, we hear a transformer explode outside.
Not a car.
Yeah.
Not-
It was
yep.
just like a...
Not a car crash.
And like maybe like a second later, the power went out. We heard the pop, and we were like,
Yeah.
"The fuck."
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it and I was instantly shitty because I was like, fuck. Just because the reason why I'm bringing it up because it's so unbelievable. Like, what the fuck? What are the odds that we move to your house to get away?
Poltergeist.
And then just
We're saging this studio before we leave.
I thought
What?
that...
Why would
For
we
the-
sage
for
it? Let the
next
next
person.
people sage it.
It's a good pay it forward.
Also, you didn't sage it when we got in here.
We didn't.
Where was the original saging?
I don't know.
Actually,
That's where we fucked up.
That's where we.
I did mention I kind of had a feeling, but like we really didn't have another choice besides my place. But like they're replacing all of the power lines and the poles because they're old.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I hope. I mean, I kind of had a feeling, but I was like, like what are the chances? I don't know.
Rest assured, the video file is repairable.
Yes, but
the audio,
some
not
of the
so much.
audio
Hefty
was.
fee. Audio is some of it's there, some of it's not.
Some of the reactions you guys might see because we lost audio or Arcane might already be posted, but it was a bit of a shit show this last couple weeks. So there might be
the episode 8 of Arcane was camera audio.
there might be
unfortunately.
reactions with portions of audio.
It
like-
hurts me when we have to put stuff out like that, guys. But really, just bear with us. We've been going through the motions.
I just do wanna
Sometimes you
man,
can't do anything
Back in the
about
day, everybody now they'll be like, hey, how come there's certain episodes of shit missing back in the day? It's like, well,
And look,
it's trash. We couldn't re-record them.
and another thing happened where one of the SD cards, I think it's bad, and I isolated it because it for the Naruto movie reaction. There's 5 audio files. The middle file, it's there, but it's 32 kilobytes long, like big.
Yeah.
So and when we re-recorded the Home Alone audio, the discussion, the audio didn't record either.
Yeah.
So like.
That was a faulty SD card.
Yeah, it was a fault. So sometimes it's just like it was just like a mix of a lot of
And
just
then to
BS.
speak to this too, this isn't to say that we're not fuck ups. We're much less fuck ups than we used to be. But it's like we had just gotten into a swing of having like new protocol, new people had new positions, and it was like everyone knows what they're doing, and we were a well-oiled machine. It was like, bet we're moving and grooving, and the
Pandemic.
power went out. We're like, all right, now we need to.
powered.
It was like now we need to like all right, now we need to move off of the fly, and we went immediately back into all the shit that like everyone's doing their own thing to get the product out, but also like everyone's like juggling shit and shit gets dropped.
I think we did the best we could.
Yeah.
I will say, like that was.
What we need in the future is like a protocol for when everything stops working and we have to drop back to like Skeleton Man crew. Like, what do we do?
Skeleton Man crew.
Because it happened 3 times.
The power? I think so. Like we came back.
We
to one.
brought equipment to Mickey's and then back here, power went out again. To Mickey's, then back here, power went out again. And then so we were like, fuck this, we're staying at Mickey's for like a whole week. Power went out at Mickey's. But now we're good, guys.
We're good.
December is the month
Oh,
of giving.
man.
Sanity Claus has come in with his old Sanity Claus pause.
Are you sure it's not Vada Johan?
Father
Johan.
Johan. Yeah, that's what our week has been.
Yeah,
I had
to
a
fix it. We're moving.
yes,
yeah, we're
we
just
are
saying
getting
fuck it to
fuck
the
outta here.
studio. Fuck this place.
I still say we just be nice.
Fuck the
and
property
sage
manager.
for whoever's coming in here next.
Yeah.
How do you sage?
You get a little bit of sage, you burn it, you
just light
sweep
it
it in
on
the
fire.
corners.
What
That's
do you
the-
say?
Nothing, man. You say
you
whatever you
just
want to say.
say, hey,
Nobody did pods with
bad
all-
stuff, go away.
But we know the real
Nobody
story.
Santos.
It's
And that's it. You just,
Sean Tank Top and Eric from Blind Wave going outside like
Yep. They sent the
the big comical scissors. They're like,
I cut the Normies power. That's okay. One day we'll visit the Wave Cave and we'll dismantle them. We're gonna leave bugs.
someday.
Bugs.
You're gonna fart once in the Wave Cave. It'll stay there. For 6 months.
Yes. We're gonna get you a big triple cheese pizza.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Sextuple formaggio.
Yeah, sextuple.
Hey,
I like that.
what upsets
God.
your? Are you lactose intolerant?
Just like a little bit, but like
Okay,
it
so
doesn't
you're
like
gonna
ruin
drink
my stomach. I
some-
just get if I eat a bunch of cheese, I'll get gross.
You know
Some
what would
milk.
help? Kombucha.
I do like kombucha. I fucks with a little bit of booch.
Little
but I'm
booch?
drinking on a regular.
Straight bait.
All right, Pat, tell us some sports shit, man. What's been
Some
happening in
sports
the
shit.
world of sports?
There's a lot been going on. I think we missed a few weeks, so I'm just going to rip top of my head what's been going on. Biggest
What
thing.
happened to Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook.
Is he a football player?
What is that's a basketball.
He's a basketball player. And
What happened with him?
he just sucks. We don't really need to talk
What?
about
I
it.
thought he was like top dog.
Fuck him.
He's good, but he just sucks with the Lakers. Like he doesn't fit with the Lakers. I don't want to go there. That's a little sore subject, you know. But recently, just I think it was a couple days ago, a big change happened with Notre Dame. Brian Kelly,
That's an Indiana school.
Indiana school,
Up north.
Up north, he was a coach for 12 years now. Oh, sorry, he was a coach for 12 years, and he up and left the team and went down south to LSU. Literally in the middle of the season, right when Notre Dame is fighting for a playoff spot, he's like, "Fuck
Paying him
y'all,
good.
I'm going to LSU for $100 million contract."
Where's LSU?
Damn.
Dang.
Louisiana.
That'd be like Pat just straight up being like, I'm joining RTTV now. I'm hanging out with Joel, Rob, Pat over there. There's gonna be 2 Pats over there.
Maybe we should have like a
draft?
a free draft. Like,
Oh, a
if we go
reactor
free.
draft.
You know what? I actually do have this idea, and I don't know if I should say it, but like I do think it would be fun to get like a bunch of reactors from different channels and have like an all-star like couch.
All-star reaction.
All-star couch, you know? Like,
A slam react contest.
yeah.
Look at those tears roll.
Right?
Oh.
Happy, sad, surprise, scared.
Honestly, the React Olympics, we could do some kind of
Yeah.
like a mass collaboration. I think that would be hilarious.
Another thing that happened again a couple of days ago, really big. MLB baseball is on a lockout year this year, so no baseball until
Why?
they could.
COVID?
No, just because they can't agree on the player contracts and
Damn.
you know how the first lockout happens. So owners and players can agree. I don't know the full details because I just read the headline a couple days ago.
So we just don't have NBA this
We
year?
no
MLB.
So baseball. We won't have baseball
Oh.
for the upcoming season. For right now, there is no baseball schedule because there's a lockout.
Damn.
I can't watch the Cincinnati Reds with Jonathan India
I
and
can't watch my Orioles?
Nick Castellanos.
No, you can't watch your Oils.
Darn.
I don't know baseball. I just know
About
Nick
50
Castellanos.
people
never
are
actually watched
super
an
upset
Orioles
about
game.
this.
I know
I'm just
Dustin's.
kidding.
Dustin's really shitty.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, it's
I know I'm
America's
wearing a soccer
pastime.
jersey though, so I guess I should know more about soccer probably.
No, this is baseball. So baseball and soccer is different. You know,
I thought MLB
baseball uses a bat to hit a ball. Soccer uses your fucking legs to kick a ball.
That's football.
I want to play golf.
You want to go golfing? You and Marquette can take that golf shit and get the fuck out of here, man.
What? Come on. We
I
should
don't
all
like
go.
golf.
We should all go
Top
pop
golf is fun.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you can drink beers in golf. Like it's
I can
it's
drink
the
beers
only
and bike
sport.
ride.
You could drink beers and play basketball.
You could, but like I don't know, man.
could
But,
also
like,
drink beer
you
and
can't
bowl.
drive a car. Like if I could drive a cart up and down the court and play like like just drive. The
I'm
cart.
sure you can't remember slam ball. I'm sure there's somebody doing that right now.
Slam ball memory memory unlocked.
Whoa,
you know what slam ball is?
dude.
Hold on, roast him real quick. You don't know what the fuck slam ball is?
Spike
This
TV?
guy. Oh my
This
God.
guy.
You don't remember Spike TV?
He doesn't know what Spike TV is either.
You remember Spike TV?
The Man Channel?
yeah, the
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They had the video game awards. Man.
Slam ball was like a very short-lived basketball league, but like there were instead of a court, there was like trampolines.
Oh, okay. I remember this.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
fun.
Alright.
Yeah, people would jump on. and
Damn,
do
that would be a
flips
fun
and
one
shit
to
and
do.
It was
Video.
like wasn't there like an extreme football league?
Yeah,
XFL.
The Rock owns it
XFL.
now.
Vince McMahon. Oh, sold it
They
to
still
the Rock.
play shit?
Yeah, they sold it to
Dude,
Rock.
he tried for round 2 right before the pandemic hit. And
I did. I had a couple of buddies who were in. I used to watch like the like semi-pro football, and like every time I go to them games, I'd be like, "Yo, like fuck, why are these dudes so fucking huge and shit?" And it was like, man, like half these dudes are like ex-cons that just got like
Yeah.
jacked and got out and were like, "I want to play football because I'm huge." The games are fun, but it's like, damn, I'm trying to get that big one day. You do some time.
Yeah, so the Rock owns XFL and is going to come back this next coming season in October.
What makes it extreme?
I think the rules.
They can like fucking.
It was a
clothesline each
shorter-
other
Yeah,
and shit, bro.
it's shorter games. The rules.
Elbow
it's a shorter
drops.
field.
Shorter field, yeah.
And
Supposed to be-
like you know how in regular football you can't like do helmet to helmet contact
Yeah.
because you got to watch about concussions.
Yeah.
I hope The Rock maybe doesn't fuck with that.
Is it just
I don't.
CTE?
have you
yeah,
seen the-
I don't think this is gonna do well because of all the new conversation surrounding CTE.
Yeah,
like,
so
I,
Maybe
I
not
honestly,
because while the NFL keeps getting regulations, the diehards aren't people like, well, XFL's
Yeah, and I tell you what, there's a lot of NFL fans right now
mean,
don't
if-
like the new regulations in how sports is for NFL because it's not like the old days.
No.
So I think that they may go over to XFL.
I
Have you
guess
seen the
if,
longest, the longest yard? The remake?
Yes.
Like
It's
100
probably like that, right? A lot
Probably.
yeah.
I have a sports question
What's
for you.
that?
So I was, my cousin came over and we were talking cars. I don't know a lot about cars. I just know I like a lot of hood classics like Cutlass, Supremes from back in the day, the two-door boys. And he was showing me his dudes racing them. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then the dude was racing against some Teslas. And like people, I don't know how, but people are started like souping up their Teslas and somehow making them
You can
faster.
jailbreak that shit.
I think they're doing like a combination of jailbreaking, but also like changing the kit that's on it to make it lighter and faster and shit. And then so I started getting into like watching people race electric cars. They'd be like drag racing electric cars and shit. And have you guys ever been to a drag race?
Yeah.
All right, so
I haven't
there's a
been,
lot
I've
of
seen.
fans of drag racing, from what I've seen in the YouTube comments, this is like my very scientific poll on it, that are getting shitty about electric cars because they're like, it's not the same. People are like, these are like soulless machines out here, and like they don't have like the explosions and the loudness and the gas smell of fucking like real cars. But I feel like, but they're going faster. They're
Yeah.
crazy fast.
It's the
and so much torque and shit. So it feels to them like some people feel like the sport's losing its soul, while others feel like it's
Evolving.
Yeah, look,
Isn't it the same thing though? Like, I mean, whether you go a mechanical engine or like electric is essentially just a buildup of power, and then it's just. You know,
yeah,
like a
I think
sli-
some
like a
people
slick-
It's
just
a different feel. Though.
people like that grease monkey gasoline.
that.
I mean,
feel, and
those engines are often, like, I mean, like they're hand built machines, you know. So there's a lot of like nitty gritty work that goes into it. But I'm sure it's the same for electric. You
There's
know,
some idiot's gonna start hooking up his own like electric.
I don't know, I
cars
mean-
in his garage.
I can understand that, but you know, I
wild.
mean, like, I don't know. I guess environmentally, you know, one's
environmentally,
one's
yeah.
better. But I get it. Like it's a long-standing tradition of a sport, so
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
It's like the smell, the grit, you know, the mechanic feel
The
of it.
sound.
and the
So
sound.
loud.
Honestly, the sound is a big part of it, and like that feeling of like, because dude, like, I mean, this isn't the same thing, but like when we went to Snake Pit, I went up to check out the race for a little
Snake
bit.
Pit is the Indy 500.
Dancing party
Yeah,
area.
so we were-
it's in the infield.
So we were at the Indy 500, so we were on our way out, and I was like, let me just go check out the race real quick. And I went up there, dude, and I swear to God, every time they passed by, the sound and the force, like you can
fucking feel it.
You can feel the cars pushing you back from how fast they're going. So there's definitely.
But you'd feel it with electric too, if they were all electric.
But
Right?
I think part of it is the noise too, because like
Yeah.
to make noise, you have to move air pressure. So like these cars are also cooking with like, because I've been to the Brickyard 400, which also happens at the same place the Indy 500 happens, and like I had on headphones and it was inside, and took my headphones off inside, and it was still too fucking loud.
Yeah, that honestly would just be comical now. There's electric cars, just like
I think that'd be
silent,
great,
super
yeah.
silent. Just like,
The crashes would be terrifying though, because once that lithium battery gets poked, it's just like, well, time to go supernova, baby.
some people just fucking hate electric. Like I was texting Will and I was like, yeah, I just got my Tesla, and he was like, cool, and then like sent a text later like, my GMC truck will fucking smoke it any day.
I don't know about that now. I guess it'll be a GMC truck.
like he was like stewing with that.
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like, that's cool, that's cool.
Hey,
By the
hey,
way,
By the way,
Ford F1 Lightning's coming out. That's an all-electric truck. That's,
Rivian's coming out all electric truck too.
yeah.
What was that coming to call?
Rivian.
Yeah, dude. I think there was a video of Biden driving one of those.
Yeah.
And they got
It's
that they got that POTUS marketing.
It's become some culture war bullshit again, man. With just people being like, you know,
Yeah.
fucking electric. It's like, man,
yeah.
I don't get it because like A is faster, more powerful. If like at least these Rivians and F-150
Cleaner.
Lightning and cleaner. I thought the whole problem was like our cars were like giving us global warming. So like
care
It's
about
just
that.
a perspective thing. If you drive electric, high chances there's a large amount of people that think like you're a pussy.
fucking
yeah, exactly.
You're,
What the
you're like rich and well off, and like you're just like, oh, fucking rich cunt.
See, that's why I use my all analog cell
Hey, a
phone.
GMC truck costs like a nice GMC truck for like a Denali is like $70,000-$80,000, yo.
Yeah.
Like shit, that's money right there too.
I see people, man, pull up next to me. They're just like,
What is wrong with you? I will get the Rivian. Like I don't even fuck with pickup trucks.
I want
but,
the Tesla truck.
I would absolutely. Oh, Marquette is in love with that thing. She's like, I want a Cybertruck. I'm like,
Yeah, what is
those are like the cars
right?
I drew when I was 10.
I want to say
It's not practical.
but it looks
It's not a pickup truck.
Looks so, bro. That
You
thing
can't hold shit.
the Halo truck.
You can't put shit
does
in
look
it.
like
It has a
truck
bed.
from Halo.
It has a bed, but it's not really practical. Like, are you gonna see a Rivian at a job site? Or are you gonna see a Cybertruck at a job site?
like if I
You
got,
gonna see Mickey at a job site?
yeah, exactly. Like, like I'm not gonna be hauling like cargo on the daily. I just think the Cybertruck is something different. It's out of the norm. It's just like I dig it. I
In the
dig
future,
it.
you gonna pull up with a Cybertruck?
Hell yeah,
Someone's gonna
I
walk
dig
up
it,
and
dude. I
suck
love-
you off right then and there. Like, damn, is that a Cybertruck? Come on over.
There will be electric car competitions. There's like drone racing competitions. There's
Which is crazy.
Oh
esports.
my
Like
god!
there's
I
a
wish
sport
I was
for
good
everything.
at that.
Yeah.
I wish there was a sport for Secret Hitler. The Secret
called
Hitler
practice.
Olympics.
Dude, it was tough, man, because like practice requires a lot of crashing, which requires a lot of money to fix it back up. Like that was a tough hobby.
How would you win? How would you do a secret Hitler tournament?
Like the poker, like high stakes poker.
Yeah, but like, who wins each game? So is it just you can't pick your team? So your team is always just
how
going to
would
be
you,
like
how would you
an
eliminate
amalgam of the people sitting at the table. If the fascists win, they get $10,000, and if the liberals win, they get $10,000.
I don't know. I could just see the commentary being super like, and for the third time they have nined the vote, meaning we must draw a random card. Like I don't know. It's,
Yeah. Oh,
it has
luck
the
of the
potential.
draw. Now, you know what'd be funny too is if like for the people watching at home, they could see like the hands and being like, oh, it looks like he's preparing a lie, and then you just like fix your lie face. You just like, I didn't have a choice, bro. I'm sorry, dad. Just be like, oh, and look at him burying Pat Patches.
I love Pat yesterday was like, I felt the wind from the window. And like, so he knew like Spencer was
Hitler.
I saw Spencer's cards and run his cheating ass.
Yeah,
You will
like,
not be forgiven, Runner.
she was not even playing. She was like, it's them.
We
like,
played-
just for no reason. Just for
It,
no
it
reason.
was my birthday yesterday, and I wanted everybody to come play Secret Hitler, so we played Secret Hitler, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
You know?
I share a birthday with Britney Spears, Lucy Liu, and Philip DeFranco. I just found out.
What?
He was on the
It's my
first.
birthday. No, he was on the second.
Was it?
Because he was like, my birthday's tomorrow.
Wow.
No shit.
I was like, I'm cool now.
I share a birthday with Amber X Reed, the girl from Come Curious.
Oh, you about to say Amber Heard?
Is it's a YouTube channel. That's all I got.
I don't know how I share.
Mickey shares a birthday with Nikki. Actually, no, not really. Kind of.
No, we're one day apart, right?
Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't. There's some famous people. I forget my famous people. I always look it up on my birthday and then I forget about it.
Birthdays and sports. Now there's no dislike button. Well, there is, but you can't
Oh,
see
man.
it. And fun fact, I bet you to rope this into some topical shit on our Hawkeye videos, we're probably being disliked into oblivion.
You know what's stupid about that is they said that like, oh, the creators can still easily see it. It is not fucking easy. Like I will show
gotta
you
click,
the
like,
screen
10 different
capture.
things.
You got to go through hoops. Like I got to go to edit video, analytics, drop down menu. There's the dislikes, and it's like
Yeah.
a single number, and you can't even tell it in comparison to the likes. It's not easy at all
and
for a
it's-
creator to even see.
It literally makes no sense. I wonder how much money they spent on the research for this, because like it really is about protect. Like it's such a like if YouTube was just transparent and they were like, we're doing this to protect our money makers, I would honestly respect them more than this fucking roundabout way they're going about it. Because the best argument I've heard for this is like for the people who use YouTube as like a learning resource, the dislike button was very useful in knowing if
If something was legit or not.
if a
Now you
tutorial-
gotta read the comments.
yeah, if the tutorial is worth your time or not. So I just think, like, I just hate how snaky YouTube is, and they try to go about it in this PR way. Whereas if they just came out and said, yeah, we're trying to protect our creators like Jake Paul, we don't want them to be, we don't want their feelings to be hurt, and like,
Yeah, or
fucking
even
whatever.
like the late night host and shit who are
Yeah,
on there.
if they just
Yeah.
straight up were like that, I'd be like, wow, that's fucking shitty, but thank you for being honest about it, instead of being like, we've done market research and we found that fucking blah 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 blah.
Maybe
No,
YouTube
you
Rewind
didn't.
will come
No,
back.
you fucking didn't. Like,
Bring it.
I think that's why their YouTube Rewind would just get massive dislikes. And
Yeah, I mean they're gonna see it. They're gonna know.
from a business standpoint, they're also just trying to increase watch time. Like now I have to go through this bullshit 5-minute tutorial to see if this guy even actually brings up what the title of the video is. And so like this is more watch time.
This is going to hinder my life because I've been watching a lot of I'm building the electrical system on our bus, and because we lost our electrical guy, so like I've been watching. And probably, I'm gonna, no joke, probably 10 hours of like people building this shit and just being like, well, I'm looking through the video for one single thing, go to the comments, nowhere in the comments, there's no fucking dislikes, so I don't know, maybe this guy's just generally talking, cool, I'm sitting here now and just...
And then the comments are disabled, you can't even see if there's a top comment saying like, this guy's a phony.
Sometimes they disable, yeah. It's
working at YouTube feels like an abusive relationship. Like it's just like
bro, that's working with any corporation. Have you worked?
Which is why
like this is how things are.
Which
now.
is why
like, okay.
It can never be understated. We are very much indebted and thankful for all our patrons that we don't have to rely on the YouTube income. Because if it was just YouTube, there's no way we'd be able to do as many shows as we do.
No.
These podcasts, anything.
Anyway,
so, yeah. I don't consider us working for YouTube. I consider us like working for and with you guys,
YouTube.
Like it's supporters. Yeah.
So I'm being trounced in the Hawkeye, and
we're being trounced.
I don't get a lot of like this much hate usually, so it feels weird because like I want to see everyone's point, but I also feel like people aren't hearing me, and I don't want to like sit there and like defend yourself and shit.
What did you do? What did you do?
He said the M word.
All right.
What?
Yeah, so I call it M word. I can say the N word as much as I want. No one's gonna stop me.
Is it Mary?
I said Mary Sue. I called her Mary Sue.
I don't get it.
My bad. It's a learning process, so be chill. But then after that, I was just like, I'm not a fan of her character type, which is like super cocky person who like comes in and just like doesn't listen to anybody because I'm old now and I'm a rule follower, I guess, which fucking sucks.
Are you talking about the girl?
Yeah.
Kate Bishop.
But I was just like, I don't like her that much. And everybody's like, I don't understand why they hate her. It's like, I never said I fucking hated her. Like, I want her to become cooler. That's the whole point of the show. Anyway, so
And we often
you
start
don't like
shows.
walk back on it, but you want to like see their point, and it's hard.
But like we also often watch shows where like we either don't like the show characters or decisions, maybe because we were talking over dialogue, maybe we weren't. But later on down the line, we're like, all right, I'm feeling this now, and I'm glad that I didn't like her or him before, and now I've seen this growth. So it's the viewer experience, and like just immediately loving everything. It feels like that's what everyone wants us to do, is immediately love everything. And so like we have to be able to have an opinion, but then when we share the opinion, people are like, you weren't listening to the dialogue, otherwise you'd have a different opinion.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but also it's like we're just chilling, man. There's no internalized misogyny because we're not in love with Kate Bishop as a character yet.
Hey, and if there is, you have to help us understand. You can just say some shit like that to people. Because look, I know people that are racist, and I'll be like, hey, this person's racist, and like they need to know that they're racist. But if you just be like, hey, motherfucker, you're racist, they don't listen to that shit. You gotta slowly walk them there and be like, see, You're like,
I still don't think there's internalized misogyny.
no, I don't either.
Like,
but I'm willing to hear it out. Like I want to hear the argument. Is what I want to hear, not just like
I love the villain character.
I've only seen the first episode, so like what part? Because there's
literally no specific part.
I edited the first episode and I didn't really sense anything. I mean, I know you guys were saying stuff like, she's really good at fighting immediately or whatever and stuff like that.
And that she has accolades. She's a black belt. She was an archery champion. All this other shit. She's been training. Yeah. My rebuttal to that was just like, like real world experience does not compare to like training. And then like maybe just on the actress or the direction. I think it's more the direction. She should have been directed to like feel a little bit more pain or look like those hits were affecting her more. Just because they're like full grown Russian mobsters punching a 20-year-old.
But even still, like I disagree with that. Like
and that's fine
because she gets,
And he disagrees without calling me an internalized misogynist.
I mean, he's still a fucking bread loafer, shoe wearing ass motherfucker.
So I don't react to that show with you guys. I watch it at my own time, which I actually like it because I don't have to, perform. But I was questioning the exact same thing. I actually like Kate Bishop because she's funny and
you like cocky motherfuckers.
Yeah,
too.
so
like, that's your character type.
So I like her. I was also saying like, bro, these are grown ass veteran Russian mobsters.
Polish.
How is she like just straight whooping their ass so easily and not like getting like when she gets hit, it doesn't really affect her. Like I'm like, but then like in other superhero movies, you see.
I feel like she got beat up.
But she did it like, bro.
You know what
there's a gang full of dudes.
I think
whooping
I think as I was watching it, I justified that maybe like the suit has like some padding or.
But we didn't know that.
Gangs aren't good at fighting though. They're gangs. They're good at shooting. I think what needs to happen is that we need to find a 22-year-old karate expert that's a girl, and you need to fight her.
So
that's
look,
the only way.
I
That's
think
the
it's
Almost your girl
only
with your
way.
ass.
It might have just been the
That already happened
creative,
in my lifetime.
the creative direction of the show, and just the directing in general. Because like, remember Mortal Kombat 1, very old movie.
Yeah.
Sonya gets kicked by Kano, and she's like, oh, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt that, and I still believe that she kicked his ass and beat him at the end. But like with Kate Bishop, she is getting hit, she is falling to the floor, but it's just like very quick, like, and I'm up. And
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
sprightly. Maybe the Ronin outfit does have padding.
Yeah.
Kill me now,
But
comments.
look at
Murder
what
me.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you could be right because like there is quite a bit of like Marvel content coming out, and like I won't lie to you, like Hawkeye was like the least one I was excited for.
Got a lot of heart.
I know it was good. I liked the first episode, but I think you might be right. There's like they're flushing out so much content that like maybe we're noticing some inconsistencies because like maybe what you're wanting to see in this show you've seen in other Marvel content, and so maybe subconsciously you're
I
picking
mean, it's
up.
definitely
Like,
there in Black Widow. Okay, but then also for Black Widow, they get into a car wreck like twice that she murdered both of them. I don't care.
We commented on as being weird.
But me and Marquez were watching, and we were like, "Oh, so they're dead, right?
Chris.
they're gonna pour out of this car like in puddles."
Chris, BMW is a 5-star rated safety vehicle, and it is.
By BMW, by BMW.
By BMW. Speaking of which, we just watched Shang-Chi and the BMW that out. It's like, and then they drive through the forest in a BMW.
Yeah.
But they said like pitch
It's a
meeting. I was
5-star
like, yeah.
safety rated vehicle. It can handle off road.
That movie is surprisingly fun too. There's plenty of things Marvel can do wrong. I think that I'm really excited for the multiverse shit they're about to do because like they're too consistent right now. Like I wanted to get back weird, and the Spider-Man thing with Sony's always fun too.
Yeah.
Controversial opinion. Mickey and I once did a video a long time ago. It's like 9K views. Not too many people saw it. Where we were talking about how Infinity War and Endgame would be the peak of the MCU. And now we're post Endgame. We're in Phase 4. Tony and Cap are done. Chris Evans and Robert Downey. And so we're trying to beef up these newer characters and build up to something again. I'm still kind of holding to that. Like nothing has really topped the Endgame excitement for me. But then it's only been a year. Like we haven't seen too much things. But there's just like a lot of stuff coming. Like there's like She-Hulk, and then there's like the
I'm super excited for where they're at though.
There's a lot of stuff coming, and it's so like.
do you think Endgame will be topped?
It feels so. I honestly,
Thrones won't be.
I think the Spider-Man movie coming out has got a good
That's the best.
chance to do it. But what I'm saying is like all the Marvel content that's been coming out, it has like this like the multiversal theme to it, but every single show has been so wildly different from each other that it still feels like and like you said, it's only been a year, so it's fair. But like it feels like we're very much in the setup phase for the next thing. And I've read a tweet just before the podcast. I think the Doctor Strange 2 trailer is gonna show sometime close with No Way Home. So I think this movie coming out is gonna be pretty damn good, and I think it's gonna revamp the MCU movie kind of thing.
I don't know that they need to outdo Endgame again. Just like I don't know that we need another show like Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Because what they're
that's the
doing,
goal,
I don't know if it is, because I'm looking at the collection of shows and the collection of movies, and like they've been very introspective in ways that I didn't know these characters that were in these crazy bombastic space Thanos fighting blockbusters could be. Like the family ties that you get in Black Widow was awesome, and that's why I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with the new Black Panther. Even the family shit, the introspection that you get in like Shang-Chi, which is really cool too. It's like they're dealing with things, even WandaVision, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like a lot of it is less about, it feels like they're more like character driven, way more than the movies could have been. And so like they're growing these characters in ways that I don't think it's not gonna be the same as Endgame, but like at the end of this all, are we gonna have much stronger characters to like relate to because we've been on these journeys with them than we did at the end of Endgame? And Endgame is all about the story and how that was going to go. But if the next big threat is all multiverse shit, it could just be about each of these like unique characters and their interactions and how that's been built up. So maybe instead of telling like this giant space opera, they'll do like a big introspective thing. Like I haven't seen Eternals yet, but I hear that that's like not quite a Marvel movie. And like I'm interested in that shit now. Like
Yeah.
we're getting weird.
And like, you know, Iron Man 1 came out a success, and the first Avengers was like the first time they did that sort of thing. So you're never gonna kind of have that pop again. Like once you bring the gang together, it's a one trick thing. Unlike Endgame, where
bring
they
all
put
of the
all
gang.
of them. But I have actually enjoyed the shows like a lot more so
Loki
than I did
was my
Black Widow,
favorite.
the
Yeah,
movie.
Loki's crazy.
I think what ruined, and this sucks because I need to detach myself from the filmmaking aspect of it. But what kind of ruined things for me is when I found out what Marvel does with their third act action sequences.
Yeah.
And so they pre-res and pre-render it out years in advance because that shit takes time to do very well. And kudos to them for actually giving the animators time and like the resources to actually do it. But then that means that like Black Widow and Yelena falling out of the sky in the Black Widow movie, that was pre-vised years ago, before the director even had hands on the script, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And so you know the director's not there. Like you don't have one unified director's vision when you watch it. It's just like, here's a cookie cutter action scene that like we're gonna put on here. Like
But that's why I'm getting
and
less and
that's-
less to the third acts. Like third act of Black Panther, third act of what
I just said explains all
Like,
this.
well,
third
yeah,
acts.
and
Like,
it's just
they
like-
pre-made all of them.
But like the best part about like Black Widow for me is like watching it with Marqueza and they're doing that like family scene, and I'm like, oh shit, this is like dinner with your family. Like, this is weird. Like there's
was
a
the best
ton of inclusion that we haven't been getting in the other movies, and then same with Black Panther, and then same with like Shang-Chi and like all that. So like when they do She-Hulk, I bet you it's gonna be like some like, oh look, there's a whole kernel of heart there that hadn't been in these movies before, and then it'll be a big fucking CGI slugfest at the end. And I'm like,
But that's
That's a show,
a
isn't it?
good point about like not being like one director's vision, and I think that's maybe where DC has the advantage because like say what you will about that shared universe, like Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, that's I thought was a
Todd Phillips
exceptional, really amazing film. And that was a singular vision.
I got roasted for saying it was a
even Justice League, the very extended cut. It's Snyder's vision, and I thought it was pretty solid. It was definitely better than what we got before. And
Definitely.
I think that's maybe where DC has the advantages. They don't have that. They're not preparing years ahead of time for it. Like nothing's set in stone. I think they're
letting an artist do his work.
Yeah, yeah.
Through and through.
which can be good, it can be bad, but it's at least.
But
that
when it's
much
good, it's
consistent.
fucking good. When it's
Man.
good, it's really good.
Whereas like sometimes in Marvel movies,
Like
you can see when they're,
Wonder
like,
Woman 1 and Joker,
Yeah.
I think are the two best things to
Yeah.
come out of DC.
Yeah.
I still give Joker a B. You guys are gonna have to fight me on it.
Dude, Joker was amazing.
I was
loved
like,
it.
it's a 7 out of 10. I'm like, fucking 7 out.
Let us know in the
agree
chat what you think. I mean, we're not looking at it, but discuss amongst yourselves. Are you still hype on Marvel? It's supposed to be slow going right now. Do you believe? And how do you feel about
Well,
those
Spider-Man about
third
to
act action sequences? Spider-Man's gonna be fucking.
Tom Holland can
amazing.
do no
Yeah.
wrong, and that girl.
Yeah, that's.
What's her name?
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Is she over 18?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I could say she's hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, she's hot.
You want to find out exactly how old she is?
Yeah, how old is she?
Dude,
Can she be my future wife?
Have you seen
Zendaya.
Euphoria?
She can be.
We need to watch Euphoria. I heard it's good.
Oh, she is 25.
Oh, perfect.
1996. Bro, I know.
So
I
you're
knew what I
saying
was doing
there's
in
a chance.
1996, and you're older than me, so you probably solidly remember 1996.
Perfect. This works out.
That's fucking wild.
She's at least 24, right?
So Arcane season. You haven't watched Arcane yet. Oh man. All right. Well, here. This is what we're gonna do to include you, and then we're just gonna explain Arcane super quick. All right.
But don't give me any spoilers.
All right, no spoilers. It's about the
You're not
haves and
gonna watch
have-nots, and people kind of have magical powers sometimes, but also people blow shit up and they cuss.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god! I was like, damn, he got Pat in his hands over here.
Got him.
It was it's fun. You would like it. There's plenty of bad guys in it that you'd relate to, because you're a bad guy. Pat's the villain of the Normies, unconfirmed, but he's also the villain with a golden heart who doesn't do anything. He's Professor Chaos. He
He's
doesn't
Professor
actually do
Chaos.
anything.
He's actually Professor
He's just like, I'm the villain. It's like, but what do you do villainous? Stuff. Season 2's coming out. What do you guys think they're gonna do for season 2? Also, Pat, are you gonna watch the show?
So I tried to watch the first episode, and I fell asleep like halfway through it. But
Was it boring?
It was slow. I felt like it was just slow, and I think also I watched it when I was like falling asleep. So maybe I just need to find some time when I'm not falling asleep and watch it. But everyone's just hyping it up. Even JJ has been hyping it up.
Did you see the fight in the alley with the kids?
No.
Oh fuck, man! Damn, yeah.
It's six.
That's like good shit.
It's extremely unexpected. Like
Very violent.
it definitely was the biggest surprise of the. Because when this show came out, I was very much afraid of the fandom, so I was actually against watching it, and I was very wrong. I was extremely wrong, because it was one of the best things I've seen maybe the last few years. Like it's really really good, and you don't need to know anything about the video game. I don't know anything about it. I have no plans of finding out anything about it. I'll just
when they make a Valorant TV show, I play a little bit of Valorant, so I'll be ready for that. And it's made by Riot Games.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the thing. I hope this inspires further video game adaptations, but done well. Because
Apex.
Apex is
you know,
ripe.
because that's the thing with video game adaptations, are like, you know, they're usually not taken seriously, and the amount of love and care that was put into this show, I just hope it inspires other properties to really take their time with like actually telling like a good story, whether the game is silly. Like, what if we got like a gritty 10-episode Grand Theft Auto series? You know, like,
No.
you know, like,
No, that's just gangster shit. What's Grand Theft Auto show going to give us that the game don't?
I mean, honestly, but the Grand Theft Auto games usually do have a good story woven in.
Even
so
if it's like zany and somewhat satirical,
it can
I
still
think
be
maybe
it can still be taken seriously.
because we have
you know?
yet to see like a gangster from the hood, like either CJ or Franklin from
Yeah.
GTA 5. We have yet to see like that type of gangbanger dude be in like spy shit. Like, is that's essentially those games? Like the government's like, hey, we're using you because you're good at killing to do our like secret agent shit. I think that might play funny in like a comedy movie or something.
Well, I feel like we got I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying that I think because it's so the game itself is so close to like already kind of being a movie. That like I don't know how much further they're gonna, you know what I mean? So like playing through the games, you already get the cutscenes and you get to do the shit. Like
So
I don't know
Uncharted,
gonna do it.
Uncharted plays like a Hollywood cinematic.
Oh, they're making a show.
I know. Well, they're making a movie with fucking Mark
Tom-
Wahlberg. So
Mark Wahlberg's in it?
Why he keep being
no,
scientist?
no.
He ain't no scientist.
I thought it was Tom Holland.
it's Tom Holland, but Mark Wahlberg plays Sully, who's like the older sidekick guy.
Oh, I thought he was gonna play
Yeah,
Nathan
I'm
Drake.
like,
Hey, I'm all for it, baby. I'm all for it.
I don't like. All right, so like for instance, the
Last
reason why
Dogs-
Tomb Raider doesn't work as like movies, is because like it's
Fantastic.
the game's awesome.
The one
and
with
it's like,
Angelina Jolie?
yeah,
Bro, that movie's great. And I don't like scary shit.
that movie is.
It's not a scary movie, Pat. It's not.
It's scary.
It's
not a scary movie.
It's a scary movie. There's
Not a scary movie,
mummies.
Pat.
It's not. It's
Mummies?
not classified in the horror genre.
There's mummies in. Hold on, are there mummies in the second one?
Well, yeah, Tomb Raider is
Yeah.
all about supernatural shit,
Motherfucker,
right?
whether mummies in it is the question. Not is
I
it
don't know.
about supernatural
I don't know. I
shit?
didn't see him.
I didn't see him either.
Hey, look, like the Tomb Raider movies, they're alright, but they're like 90s schlock shit, right? I don't know, man. It's just I think that those games are hard to turn into movies. Super Mario Brothers could be an interesting movie because Super Mario
already
Brothers
is.
it's a fun movie, but I don't know that it's not good.
Is.
It don't. But like you know, because
Chris Pratt, bro.
because the world's so fucking kooky and ridiculous that putting that in live actions or putting that into anything is it's kind of funny. Like a Sonic movie, which was surprisingly good, or Detective Pikachu. Like let's just go off the walls with that shit.
Dude,
is what I'm saying, man.
it's just they've made movies from like just like the fucking Emoji movie. You know what I mean? Like you can make a movie out of anything, but as long as it's like done well and taken seriously and put care
Are you
into
saying
it.
the
and
Emoji movie was done well and taken
So
seriously?
no, I'm saying that was not that. I'm saying like what I'm using the Emoji movie is like you can make a story out of anything, but that doesn't mean it has to just be like a cookie cutter thing. Like you could put some creativity into it and make it actually good and worthwhile watching.
Swinging back to Arcane, I think that show navigates a really clever line of being very mature, I'd say, but still could be targeted towards young teens and like young adults.
Oh, I think
like yeah, they say shit and
definitely YA.
fuck. There's some side boob, questionable vagina frames, but all in all, like I think that
How I miss all this?
it's not a kid show. It's like it's definitely the best of both worlds, and you can see that even with like Imagine Dragons as an artist, like that's like them. They're like a little bit for the adults, a little bit for the young teens. So
Like you go to Imagine Dragons concert and it's gonna be a mix of everything.
yeah.
Imagine Dragons concert.
So does a show have to be this level of a gritty realism to be good? Like if there's an Apex or Overwatch show, does it have to be like, children are dying?
I don't think so. I think it just needs to be.
That's not what makes it gritty, though, right?
I think it just needs to be authentic to its source material. With very, in my opinion, like if you're like the newest Dune, that I think that was a very close adaptation to the book with very little creative liberties taken. You know, and
You can tell that they care about Doom.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Arcane cares about League of Legends. But like for the Super Mario Brothers movie, they clearly don't give a fuck about Super Mario.
yeah.
They obviously did not. They read.
Hey man, everyone
they,
loves Chris Pratt.
not even that one. That one's gonna be like live action Nintendo Mario shit.
you're talking about the
But I'm talking about the
Leaguizamo.
old one with John Leguizamo in it.
Hey,
That's
man,
just
I
like,
love that movie.
they didn't even play the game. They literally picked up the box, looked at the box, and was like, "We're gonna make a movie based off of the shit I just saw in this box."
It's like the Street Fighter movie too.
Yeah. But the Street Fighter movies are like,
That
well,
was a
Street
coked up
Fighter.
executive on his way to a board meeting. It's like, you will not believe what I just saw.
Bro, I looked at this box, but like, so then for like, if they do Apex, because Apex is right for it, then like, Apex has a lot of levity in it, like already in the game. Like, look at Mirage, like he's a really funny character, and then they can have all the gritty, real shit too. So I think like for that, it would be kind of the same because that's how they've been building these games lately. Because they have to go off the source material they have, which is a video game, which is like, I want my characters to be sometimes super serious, like what's her name? Mel's mom is terrifying and super serious, and then also like I want my characters to be kind of like I have some like funny, quirky ones too, and like I think that's gonna kind of be like the move. And the people will be like, they're ripping off Arcane, but I think it's just because of like that's what the source material kind of already is.
Just as long as they care about what they're making, just as long as like all movies coming out could be good movies, but like it's just
It's hard, like, because with not a video game adaptation, but Cowboy Bebop anime adaptation, they're saying that Ken Watanabe was a consultant in the credits of every episode. It's like consulted by Ken Watanabe. He's the one that created the original show.
Yeah. Pretty eccentric guy.
But if you listen and read all cast interviews, they're like, yeah, he had zero involvement. And so like it was, I don't know, like I hate that kind of thing.
So it's just for PR.
Yeah.
Just
so
But
like,
I mean, he
right,
signed off to have his name there.
Yeah,
so
he did. But he was like,
right?
cool, you can do with it. You can do whatever you want with it. I think like Riot Games went about it well because like that's their studio. Like it's the actual game company that created this studio. They didn't like give it to someone else.
Right, they were already doing a cinematic, so they had all that shit built in, and they're like, let's just do
Yeah.
a whole thing.
So
Yeah.
you guys brought up Apex as the next one, but like, isn't Apex like a battle royale game? So how are they gonna make a story out of that?
well,
See, that's the thing, though, is
there
that
is
there is
story
one.
behind the
There's,
character.
like,
you guys never played that.
No, there is no story.
It's in the background.
You have to like you got to read it, or you got to like go watch videos.
It's
There's
like
Easter eggs you can
character
do
bios.
when they release new maps. You can like do Easter eggs in the map to like reveal dialogue and like hints of character backstory.
That's what League of Legends is. It's like this game
Yeah.
with like so many characters, and each character has like a backstory, but it's not like it's like I haven't played the game, so I don't know if it's like written or if it's like a cutscene, but like there is a story there, but the game isn't about the story, but there is a story there.
Because like you don't want to make a movie about the story of a
Like-
video game, because most stories of it or about the gameplay style of a video game, because like
So there's like no
you can make a
campaign.
Doom movie without making it like the Doom video game.
Yeah, and there's
Except for the Doom movie wasn't, but had The Rock in it.
yeah.
I didn't see that one.
And neither did I.
You would think it's scary.
That's probably why I didn't see it.
Hades would be a great anime on Netflix,
Yeah.
like in the same vein as Castlevania, because there's no shows dealing with like Greek mythology anymore for some reason. Is there?
We did it all.
What?
Greek mythology has been around for a long time.
Yeah, but like
Ooh,
not in the last like
imagine a
10,
God of
15
War
years,
show.
right?
Yeah.
Like a God of War, but like Hades, bro, it's just those characters are
Zagreus.
so rich and well done that
And it's
like
fun.
all the bones are there. Like just do it. Like, just do it.
I think they did say that they got like 400 pages of dialogue for this fucking game you play on the Switch, where you do not like you have to work so hard to get to all that.
I finally won. I
boy.
100%ed Hades.
You did?
I did.
What?
It
Dang.
took
Damn.
it took some time, but that's how into it I
Dang.
was, and I still have not heard all the dialogue in that game. Like
That's
there's
super fun
still
game,
more
though.
shit. Yeah.
I need to. I've only gotten to see my mom once in that game, and I keep trying to go back and be like, I'm gonna try it more. It's like, no.
She moves in after a while.
Oh, damn! You must have been going. It's not a spoiler, because it's either like I just like I'm gonna beat the game, and then I'm kind of dunsies. I don't know, but do Samus game. The Samus game would be
I even had
fucking
the
sweet.
threesome. I didn't know you could have a threesome in that game.
Did you really?
Yeah, with
What?
Thanatos and Megara.
All right.
Damn, man. See,
They were
I've
both in my bedroom. I was
been
like,
trying to
what's
get
going on?
Megara like through for the longest, bro.
I'm
She's
gonna play
scary
this
and
game
thick.
now.
And I'm like, you thick and scary. Like, come on through. And she just like cannot get her ass.
You should have led with threesomes. I would have had this downloaded.
You gotta do a lot of work for these threesomes, buddy.
The screen
breaking
just
real
cuts to
life.
black. That's it. It
It's
just
just like
cuts to
in real
black,
life.
and you hear Megara's whip like, whoosh, and Zagreus is like, oh. You can only imagine what happens.
Which one's Thanatos? Is he the?
He's the god of death.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. Oh, fucking pretty boy. He's always trying to chat you up, and she's like, "All right, Thanatos.
Yeah.
I know what you're about." Fuck, we were talking about video games.
Yeah.
Pat, just real quick, because you weren't contributing a lot because you don't play all these games. What video game do you want to see made into a movie?
Honestly, so I never played Uncharted, but I watched one of my buddies play while I was at his house.
NBA 2K22.
So I'd actually want to see Uncharted movie. I don't play a lot. Like campaign kind of games, like you guys do. But I think Call of Duty has a good, like at least the zombie version has a good.
See, there you go.
Good
Call of Duty
campaign.
Zombies, yeah.
But Call it. See, that's what I thought you were gonna be like just regular Call of Duty. I'm like, we got so many war movies. Fuck that.
No,
But
no.
Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, that.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Hell
there's
yes.
a good story in that, and especially when you do the whole
And
Easter egg
that's a
stuff.
good that's a good example how there's like this rich story, but it's
Yeah.
like
I
not.
want the one with JFK in it. Like that one, all of them stuck
He's
in
in there. He's
the
in-
White House one.
He's in the canon. I recently watched a 30-minute video that was explaining the whole story.
the Canada Zombies.
And they literally, from World at War to like everything, the JFK one, the new ones in Black Ops 2 and now, there's a whole ass intricate story. And man,
See, I love it.
I will lie if I say it's not convoluted as fuck.
It's
But
convoluted.
They
It's
could
zombies, it's gotta
definitely,
be.
they could fix it up and do that new show. Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
And next on the old agenda, since we're talking about speculation, sorry, Mickey, you're not in on this one, but you can still contribute. What do you guys think is going to happen in the next season of fucking You?
Oh, I
We
was just actually talking about this with somebody.
How many tampons my man stealing off top? I'm calling three off top.
Over and under 10.
Over and up 10. All right, bet.
Can I make a prediction anyways?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make a prediction after you guys say a few sentences. Because I need to.
Well, here, we'll go this way then. We'll start with certain.
What is the question? How many seasons?
No. What do you think's gonna happen in the next season of You? Spoilers, obviously, for You.
It'll be a bit of a reboot. I think he's gonna be in Europe, and we're gonna, I don't know, see him stalking some European gals and maybe get caught. Maybe, I don't know, learn about the laws there.
the anti-stalking laws.
Yeah, I really have no idea because I thought this would be the last season. It would have been nice if it was. But
I think they're gonna take some artistic flair and they're gonna have episodes completely in foreign language, like at least one whole episode in French, and then it'll be like really interesting because like, oh look, that's a whole new twist, but he'll still be doing the same old Joe shit. I don't know why the show hasn't done this yet, but there's gonna be more nudity because they're in Europe.
oh, Joe will stumble upon Emily in Paris and kill her.
Who's Emily in Paris? Is that a movie?
It's a show.
Oh. Pat, what do you got? What
Um,
do you got for your boy Toxic Joe?
Toxic Joe. I was like Surge, how he thought this was gonna be like the last season, the final season. I thought that was gonna be the same way. It would have been a good
Maybe
ending.
she was supposed to kill him at the end then.
Maybe, but she didn't. So I have no idea how this is gonna happen, but they still have a child, and this child was left off, whatever. And I feel like
Child Left Behind.
no child left behind. So obviously it won't happen this season unless they do like a flash forward, like a super huge flash forward where he becomes like a grandpa or like some older dude or some shit like that. And like kind of what they did with Dexter, bring the child starts going looking for him.
He's just gonna become a lumberjack.
So I'm hoping they go that route, but obviously they can't do that route until it's like a huge flash forward. But more realistically, I think what's just gonna happen is just more Toxic Joe being Toxic Joe, but in a different country. Because like you can't change who he's trying to run away from his past to a different location, but you can't change who you are by just going to a different location. So
Truth.
he's gonna do the same old shit.
All right, and Mickey?
What's his name? Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
I think that Penn Badgley is gonna steal his ex-girlfriend's pubes.
That's very possible.
He's already done that, probably.
Pretty sure it's been done.
Actually, I think all of his exes are dead.
Yeah.
Except for one, technically. Is she technically an ex?
No, she did.
No.
All right, his barista then.
Marianne or Marnie?
No, they didn't fuck. Did they fuck? Oh, they did
They
fuck.
did fuck, yeah.
Or the
Is that what it
show
takes
will
to make
get
somebody your
canceled.
ex?
No, but like Joe is like that dude.
Where like every dick he sticks his vagina into, or every vagina, every vagina he sticks his dick into ends up dead.
Yeah. Or maybe that dick is so good. Hold on, we forgot about this. Maybe that dick is so good that Marianne is gonna go start looking for Joe.
Joe Dick ain't that
His
good.
Have you seen the bitches that he pulled?
his dick is
And he's not even good
actually.
looking.
At least he ain't got good dick.
First of all, Penn Badgley is good looking. We always knock on him. Girls like that man. Just let you know.
Yeah,
He could probably pull the tail.
Dick game. I'm talking about dick game. We're not talking about how the man looks.
What if his dick is a mind controlling alien?
It's just a. All right. Well, fair enough.
Nah, there was that one episode where in season 1 where he was with Beck and it was like 5 seconds.
And like she like roasted his ass. Look, I'm not saying that he's not gonna be good at sex. He's too much in his own head. I don't know. Him and Love were having like that real like passionate like we just murdered 2 people sex. Which,
See, that was hot as fuck.
yeah. Man, that potential threesome episode that was a ride.
I wish that happened too. I wish they had that orgy before they start killing each other.
It wasn't even really. Is it an orgy? How many people does it take to make an orgy?
Is this show?
I mean, I feel like it's just couple swap.
What is this?
But
I think orgies at least 5. 5 people is an orgy. It's gotta be right.
Okay.
Because you got.
I've never been in an orgy, so I don't know.
6 is a crowd.
Why you never been in an orgy?
Nah.
Five is an orgy. 6 is a crowd.
All right. 5 is an orgy. So, lastly. Bow, sliding right into our last topic. I'm just gonna read what I have. Men's body positivity and parental leave. My bad.
What about it?
What's parental leave? Yes. Yeah. What do you mean? What about it? Well, right now the world's all talking about
Topsy turvy.
Well, actually, it's because last month was men's mental health month, right? And I was going to talk about body positivity for guys because I think it's an interesting thing that people don't talk about, and also towards the end of that, like paternity leave. Like men are getting paternity leave now, and how do we feel about it? So, off top, body positivity for men. It's a good thing.
I will say this. So, as the person who's been going to the gym for like the last 18 years, I would
Can
say.
we call you an ex-fat ass?
Yeah, you call me ex-fat ass. Like we're going for last almost I would say 10 to 15 years. I've noticed like so when I was like probably 20 until now, there's a lot more kids going to the gym now than when I was at 20. And
What age kids?
These are high school kids. Like high school kids or young college students. And I noticed more kids going to the gym now, and at least more high school kids now. And I think that has to do because of Instagram. Like it straight up has to do because of Instagram. They all have to look like wherever the Instagram model is, and for the for the gram. And I don't think that's healthy because as a person that goes to the gym, you generically naturally develop body dysphoria. Like you're always going to compare your body to the next biggest guy in the gym. And I think that like these kids are probably gonna be doing the same shit because like gym is addicting. Like
couldn't it be possible that Gen Z is just more health oriented than we are, more well informed?
I could see that, but like, but how about there wasn't another one before Gen Z?
Millennials?
Us, millennials.
Oh, I'm a millennial.
You're a millennial.
What do you think? You're a boomer? You act like one, but you ain't.
You wish, bro.
Shit, then never mind. So yeah, I guess that could be it. But like, if they were more health conscious, I don't think they would be doing the list they would be doing. They'd be focused more about the full body.
I mean, they also do a lot of like juuling and shit, but every generation has its own little fucked up thing it's gonna do.
It could definitely be about the TikTok.
I think it might be a little bit of both,
and
honestly. Probably a little because like they're more health conscious.
I mean, like if you just notice, like when they come in, like these high school kids now, when they come to the gym, they come as a pack, and I hate that shit. They roll in the deep, at least like 5 to 8 people. They take up a machine for like 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here, because I'm trying to get my lift in too, you know. And they just in between sets and shit, they're like taking pictures of each other and stuff. The guy over here is touching his back, pumping them up and shit. I'm like, God damn it, when am I going to get my fucking lift in?
You want me to come to the gym with you so we can do the same thing?
Actually, I would love that.
Your gym is, I'll come with you at least once, but it's so far away and you go so late at night that it just sounds like I'm pre-miserable.
And that's the reason why I have to go late at night, because the kids have to go to bed.
Do you just have like a sleeping bag like at the gym? Like they must have like a room set for you at this point.
I mean, they should.
What about you, Mickey? You used to do the gym and shit. How you feel about men's body positivity? Are you body positive? Are you bod pos? I
think body positivity movement is a great thing, but I think, and I'll just use myself as an example, is like, I think as long as you're honest with yourself about your body, because like body positivity is for yourself, right? And I hope I'm able to get my point across here, but I feel like, you know, me, I'm not quite happy with the weight I'm at right now. I'd like to be a little bit leaner, but you know, people around me, body positivity wise, everybody would be like, no, you're good, you're fine, you're great, and that's awesome. But I think body positivity is for yourself, not for the people around you. So I think as long as you truly are happy with yourself, then you know you can be whatever weight you want to be. Me personally, I'd like to be a little leaner. So even though somebody might look at me and be like, "You're perfect, you're beautiful," I don't feel that way. So.
Oh.
I got you. So like body acceptance.
No, I know-
from
I know
others.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
like I feel like sometimes people
You
use
just said
body.
people call you beautiful.
I
and you're
feel like,
I'm not.
and this might be controversial, but I feel like sometimes people use body positivity as an excuse because secretly they might want to look differently, but they may not have the means to do it. And so they're, you know, it's like, well, the world's okay with it, so I must be okay with it, but secretly you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like because I definitely see what you mean, and I think that like the outward body positivity is that like just trying to get people not to have the anxiety and all the extra body shame that they have about their bodies, which plenty of people still do, and it's much more like, look, it is about you and you work on it as you are, but like as a society, we're going to accept you however the fuck you look, just like whatever. You do you, which is good for you, but like I just think that the world not putting that extra pressure on you from the outside is like what the movement is like about. And I do think it's hard for like dudes because as a dude, like in fact, we got this whole thing going on right now with people, all the fucking memes with I almost called him Chatterson, with Channing Tatum and being like, how come people look at oh my god, what's his name? Pete Davidson. It's like pictures of Pete Davidson and
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum like next to each other, and it'll be like oh my god, like women all like look at dudes like this, but they really like secretly want this, and then it's comment under and like, why would I want to be with the super ripped up beefcake? Like most everybody looks average. That's what the word fucking average means, and like Pete Davidson looks average, and it's like I want to be with a guy.
Nah, I
that
think he
looks
just
like
got a
me.
big dick. That's all it is. That's the reason he's
He
he's
said
a good
Ariana
girl.
Grande lied though. He was like, because Ariana Grande just said that, she was like, yeah, he's got a huge dick, and he was like, that's the meanest shit she could have said.
How's that me?
Because if you got a regular ass dick,
Now everyone's
Yeah.
gonna expect like a fucking anaconda.
Everyone's expecting this and they're
that's,
getting this, and they're
that's,
like,
a
that's what I'm
death,
saying.
that's a death stroke.
So my thing with Pete Davidson and Channing Tatum specifically, personality still matters, right? Like I think
Nah, that shit
personality
don't matter no more.
So
Yes,
Corey
it
was
does.
telling me
100%.
like,
From the two,
she
married
thinks,
people.
yeah, Pete Davidson is attractive because not just the way he looks. Like he looks fine. Like I don't. People think he looks a little weird.
looks like a
but,
monkey.
that's fine, but whatever. He has a lot of self-deprecating humor, so he's able to like poke fun at himself and humble himself, and he's someone that like girls can see like to help improve or like
also he's like a
kinda,
regular dude. You know what I
save
mean?
him. Yeah.
So you try to tell me Pete Davidson has a better personality than Kanye West?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Like 200.
And I barely know Pete Davidson.
You telling me that Pete Davidson is more inspirational than Kanye West?
Inspirational?
More motivating than Kanye West?
No, I mean
No, probably not. But also, Kanye has already motivated Kim Kardashian and
I'd rather
half of her
grab
family to
a-
being billionaires and shit. So how much more fucking motivation do they need?
I'd rather grab a beer with Pete Davidson.
Right?
I'd rather grab a beer with Kanye West.
I would probably argue with Kanye West for a very long time. It's not sound like a pleasant beer. I do it because he's Kanye. But like, neither one of us is going to enjoy this interaction off tops. So I'm not asking him about his music. I'm like, hey, bud, do you know
But
that?
no, we can't bring his views into it because that's different.
How we going to have a beer? We're just going to sit across from each other and not talk?
Because I don't agree with Kanye West's views either, but like I feel like
When you get in a beer with someone, you talk with them, Pat. When's the last time you had a beer? I know you don't drink now, but you conversate with motherfuckers, man. What are you and Kanye going to talk about during this beer then?
How did he come up?
There's a whole album.
Wire.
But no, so for me, I don't like being the fat boy that I am, but I lack discipline. So I'll get up in the morning and go to the gym sometime, but it's super
Did it
hard to
motivate
make
you?
it.
Like I motivate Nikki? I can wake you. I can fucking
No.
get on your ass every day.
Because I'm just gonna ignore you. Like I can for anything, I won't do it unless I want to do it. I have to be the change inside of me. Like I put up walls to make sure external forces don't make me do shit I don't want to do. Because
Not if I make fun of
I
you.
grew up around gangs. That's what they do. They make you do stuff you don't want to do, and they bully you about it until you do it. But no, like, so I just like I have to get into the routine, and I have to like learn how to do this myself because I have to change anyway. Like I have to do it. I just try to push myself to do it, and I take like my small steps. And I even got like my bike riding shit that I got really good at. But then like now I just have to learn how to run, which is gonna suck.
Ich
No, you
bin
don't have to
du,
run.
Chris, because I'm the same way.
Yeah,
You want? Hey,
I don't have to run. What should I do?
I know a great low impact sport that we could play together.
Is it zip chip?
It's
Ice
golf.
hockey.
It's golf.
So I'm gonna do something that's actually gonna make me lose weight.
It's golf.
And that's why I can't ride bikes anymore because I'm no brag, fucking efficient at riding bikes. So like, when I'm doing like a bike workout, I have to get to the 15-minute mark before I even start like sweating and getting tired and shit. And then that last 15 minutes is when like I'm like, oh, like my body's working extra hard. But if I do a run, man, that first 5 minutes of the run,
Do
I'm
some stairs with
dead.
me, bro.
I'm
Some-
fucking
You wanna
dead
do some- you wanna
already.
do some stairs with me? So there's a low impact. They don't hurt your knees.
No, I want to learn how to run. Running's good though, because like it's the one thing humans like.
Yeah, but it's bad on
can
your
do.
knees.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's high impact.
It's high impact.
I don't think it's that bad on your knees. I think it's the one thing like biologically that humans are literally
Make sure you
perfected to
got some
do.
good. Make
if
sure
you
got
like
some good
run
running
nonstop
shoes.
all the time, yeah.
So like I'm just gonna do it.
Make sure you got some good running shoes.
I want to get good.
Your stamina's already. If you can bike for 15 minutes without breaking a sweat, your stamina's already up. Like you're
See,
But my running is shit. Like if someone's chasing me on foot, I got 5 minutes.
See,
After that, you're allowed to stab me to death.
when I ride a bike, I feel like I'm working hard, but it's like 40% of my bike ride is me coasting. Like,
See, boy, that's why you don't listen to your man. I tell you, go fix it. You know what coasting.
I don't have a fixie anymore. My electric bike is about to come in.
Your electric bike's been coming in since last August.
It has.
So, all right, fine. Then what would you change, sir? How do you feel about your body?
No, there's a lot I could
Little
say.
dumplings.
So I do think I agree with Mickey sometimes. Like with other people, maybe we need more body acceptance, more like stay this way. Because I hate all the shit that happened with Adele. It's like, bruh, she worked on herself, and everyone's like, fuck you. Like,
What do you mean?
some people, Adele lost a lot of weight.
Like, maybe
she's been working on
150.
herself.
And that's bad?
Well, it's a lot of people
Some
liked
people.
Adele because she kind of had that hip. She was a
big
plus
girl.
size artist,
She-
and
And
people
there you
Beautiful
go.
big lady.
compared themselves to her and was like, it's okay to be big, and it is okay to be big. But then when she decided to work on herself, those same people were like, ugh.
And there you go.
Like,
That's bullshit.
And there you go.
Yeah,
That's
is.
my exact problem with the body positivity, like the dark side of the body positivity movement, because again, it's for yourself, not for the people around you. So Adele chose to lose that weight because she wasn't
Wanted to be healthy.
Yeah,
She was-
no. It's not even about being healthy. Like there was something.
She just wants to look that way.
Yeah, there was something about it that she wasn't happy with, and she worked hard to get to where she wanted it to be. And the fact that those same people turned on her, that's exactly it.
I think
That's the dark bullshit side of it. It's I don't know that portion of the movement. I mean, there's bad apples in every movement, but that's like the fake side of it, where
See,
it's like, hey,
I think it's just one
fuck
of those
off.
things that's fun to report on because it's like it's so ridiculous, it's so outrageous.
It's probably a minority.
But I really do think it's a minority because on the other side, like you just don't hear people like it still happens, but it's not like someone's like, I didn't kill myself because I know that my body's accepted it. It would have been a thing that would have been on my nerves, that would have driven me to like a really dark place. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear people talk about shit like that, and you can't prove the numbers on it. So when you talk about it, people are like, oh yeah, body positivity is good, and then other motherfuckers are like, it's still making sure that people who are like unhealthy like staying healthy, and it's like
it should motivate. It should motivate them.
Yeah, it should be
that
inspirational,
you
if anything.
can't like take either way because how would you begin to prove that?
Even
But that's what it is. I feel like the people on the extreme side of things, they're secretly not happy with themselves, so they're looking at it as a more of an outward thing. It's like, no, you have to be okay with it. It's like, well, yeah, I am okay with it. Are you okay with it? Because it doesn't seem like you are.
Yeah.
And that's why. And that's why
that's
you're.
just definitely weird.
And that's why you're lashing out. And yeah.
Camille Maggiani and Jonah Hill also are like, hey, stop talking about our bodies now. Like, I don't want to hear it. Whether I lose weight, whether I gain weight, just don't even comment on it anymore.
Yeah, it's like it's not anybody's business.
Struggled with body positivity my whole life because I was always super skinny. Tried working out. I'm just like an ectomorph. Like, I mean, I probably need to severely change my diet like Camille and like do some crazy turnaround in order to actually like bulk up. But I'm at a place where I'm comfortable now. It's just I do think there's a bit of a double standard where it's like okay to like call guys fat asses and like say like, oh, like you're skinny, like, oh, you got to put some muscle on your bones, but like you shouldn't do that with anybody. Like, you don't do it for women, so like why do people do it for guys? I wonder.
It's kind of
Like
part of our
ribbing is fine.
our, like,
here and
culture.
there. Yeah, like if you're like a good friend, be like, bro, what's up with you? You look a little like that's okay.
Yeah,
See,
but
I
if
wish you motherfuckers told me I was a fat ass during quarantine. But one of you motherfuckers didn't tell me
but
shit.
we told you
We're
you look
all
homeless.
fat asses. Yeah, you look homeless.
That's all you said. All you said I was homeless. I wish you would told me I was a fat
outfits
ass.
in your hair.
Pat,
No one gives a fuck if you're fat, but you was looking like Oscar the Grouch's cousin.
Pat, we were rooming at that time. We should have been able to figure it out by our 5th pint of ice cream. Bro.
That was the thing. Like, I wish you would have told me back. Hey man, you out here looking like Oompa Loompa, bro. You need to get back in that gym.
Me and Pat ate so much ice cream together.
But look, it was also 2020. In 2020, that was not the time to be telling people, "Hey, here's an
No,
extra
that
thing
was
you
the
need."
time, bro. Because I was so good, and then I gained it all.
I was
all
doing
that
pretty
damn
well
bad.
before too.
Bro, 2020 was a sad time. That's what people do in sad times.
We're gonna bring it full circle, but this Apple Watch actually helped me a lot and
Yeah.
my rings. I was on a good groove until I hit COVID, and then I stopped working out. Usually I get in a really good gym groove, and then I get sick, and then I'm like, I'm done.
Well,
I
you
just
know what?
completely fall off.
I think what I need is a sport.
I got
like
my-
if we were in a league.
That's why when you get
Secret Hip?
Soccer.
Let's go ultimate frisbee.
No, you can't. You don't lose weight.
Yeah, you do. Have
you
you
do.
done
Ultimate Frisbee
It's
is-
mostly running
Yeah,
and
you got
jumping.
agile.
But I want to do like soccer because basketball's fine. But like
Oh, you should play with you should play with P Dub. He could probably get you into the soccer scene.
I mean, I got homies in the soccer scene. I'm just once again lazy. Like that's what I need is like I need my group of friends that like all go. We're all doing soccer on Wednesdays at 5 because that's what we do. And it's
The
like,
yoga happens like every week.
Man,
We
but
never
fuck
mention it.
yoga. Yoga is so good. Yoga's so
It's
good
so
for
hard.
so much. But it doesn't for me, it doesn't work for my body type. Like I'm a fat ass. I need to run. I need a certain amount of running every day, like some shit ass pony that needs to be taken out and ran around the block.
I think a more modified like yoga specific to each person, so specific to you would help. Jay, I mean, like it's pretty advanced.
Yeah.
Like Sydney and Marquetta and them are really good, so he will often give advanced moves. But if you did like regular breathing exercise yoga and just like simple stretches,
Yeah.
it does feel good, and it will
So-
help you in the other aspects of working out.
It's 2 hours a week for yoga, I think. For those 2 hours a week, if I spend 10 minutes of those 2 hours just running, I'm doing 20 minutes, and I guarantee if I did that twice a week for as long as Marquetta goes to yoga, at the end of the month, I guarantee you I will have seen a difference or like weight loss. And for yoga, the only thing I'm going to be better at is doing more yoga, which isn't a bad thing,
I
but
think
it
you
doesn't
just
get
need
me like
1 hour
where
a
I
week.
want, you know?
Just 1 hour a week of yoga, you will breathe better, be more flexible in your
But
mind.
if
will
you
be
run a
better.
lot, you're gonna lose that muscle.
That's the only reason I actually do yoga is to like clear
You're
my
trying to
mind.
lose your muscle too.
No, I have all this muscle naturally. I don't do anything for this muscle.
Yeah, but you
Fucking
don't
asshole.
lose it. I know, fuck you. I hate you for that.
I don't
But
know that.
but you will lose that muscle mass if you run.
Oh, no,
Like,
fine being
what's-
skinny.
Oh, okay, you know. Well, so there's one more thing I want to talk about this whole men's mental wellness and body positivity. So there's on the other side where like people are just constantly in the gym, or like you know those like big buff dudes. Hold up, but not me because there's more people that are way bigger than I am who are constantly in the gym and whatnot. And you guys automatically would assume they're chads or they're dumb or whatever. And those people also get a lot of hate on Instagram or whatever. Like you were just saying, like, girls don't want to be with the guy who's
Yeah.
ripped or whatever.
But they do.
But
I think a lot of them do.
a lot of those guys get a lot of hate for being so big or being so dedicated to what they do.
I think they're boring. If anything.
But you don't know the true
Shots
reason. Like
fired,
again,
Chris.
like if you go talk to these people, like these gym bros, so you go talk to them at the gym, they have a story. Like they just weren't born like that. They just like the reason why they were there was because they were a fat kid in high school or some shit like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
or they got made fun of or whatever, and that was their outlet. And now to get rid of that outlet for them is going to bring them back to, like, for me, when I was like during the quarantine, I couldn't go to the gym, so like I went back to my depressive mindset. Like that. Like there's a reason, like there's more to a story to a gym bro than just being a dumb chat.
And I'm not saying they're dumb chads, and by saying they're boring, I think that anybody who does like there's these dudes in my building who go golfing all the time, and I'm like, motherfuckers probably think I'm boring. All I do is sit around and take pictures and edit photos. Like I know that, but like for me, that's not.
You are everywhere. You are a socialite. Get out of here with your...
I think
think,
surprisingly bored. But like that's what I mean by that. Like if that's your one thing and it's a thing you do all the time, like I don't know. For me, I wouldn't want to be with a person like that. Like if Marquetta went to the gym all the time, it's her main thing. I'd be like, can we do something different?
I think that's a good point. I know what you're saying, Pat, and I think that's a good point. And it's the same thing as the Adele thing. I think it comes down to insecurity within the movement, because again, I feel like this movement, but like you said, like they're getting the opposite hate. Like, hey, you're too fit. You're like you're making the rest of us look bad or whatever. And it's like, hey, man, again, this is your insecurity about yourself. Looking at this person is triggering something within you. And again, it comes down to like, are you comfortable with yourself? Are you truly, honestly comfortable with yourself? And as long as the answer is yes, then you got nothing to worry about, and you're likely not going to get mad at anybody. So if looking at somebody who's like extremely fit invokes something in you, you might want to simmer on that, because I don't think it has anything to do with that person.
No, hell no. It's 100%
But
internal.
I mean, I'm totally for like, yeah, all those Chads and Brads are people too, the six packs. But like, there's like this connotation that they have a ditzy or dull personality or something. I think that's assuming. But just me personally, as like a skinny guy, like I'm all down to clown on a Chad here and there, just every once in a while. They can get a thing. They've been blessed and endowed with great genetics.
They're not
Obviously,
blessed. They had to work for it.
Okay, they had to work for it. Some people are blessed with genetics, but you know, you can. I don't know,
Look, first off, I feel like make fun of ourselves and we make fun of other people.
Yeah, you
like,
can poke fun at them.
Yeah, it's like light poking fun at. Like I don't literally see a dude with muscles and like, oh, that guy's a fucking idiot. I was like, oh, like my whole first thought usually is, oh, so you're just gonna be out here with all your muscles showing off, this motherfucker. I do the same shit when we're at the pool and some chick walks in the pool like who has been working on her body. I'm like, oh, so you just the hottest motherfucker around? You come out here in the pool and hang out, like that kind of shit talk where it's like I don't actually give a fuck. I'm just shit talking. That's what I do.
But
I shit talk most all of my friends and like everybody.
If I had a six pack, if I got a six pack through my hard work, I would probably take my shirt off cheesily.
Every
Just-
chance
If
I
he got a
fucking
six-pack,
get.
I
Every
will
chance
roast
I
him.
get.
I'm like, oh.
Oh man.
You to the point. I have one of my closest friends. He used to be my roommate. This motherfucker, he's like ripped up, and he's got to say he's not ripped up. I hope he's not listening to Jesus. But he's like well toned. He goes to the gym and he works on his body. And every time I see him, I roast his ass because of it. But like it's like a good kind of roasting. It's just like if I have a friend who became a millionaire overnight, I'd be like, oh, Mr. Fucking Moneybags. Oh, look at you. Like it's just like that's how I like to fuck with my friends and fuck with people in general. But like to take it to like heart to be like, oh yeah, you know, Corey, you actually go to the gym and because of that, like you look better than me. I fucking hate you because of it. Like it's not
I
like
think
that.
you got
It's just more like
internalized brosogyny.
yeah, bro. Misogyny. I secretly hate Pat because he can
That's
go
a
to the
good
gym
one.
more than I can. Mickey likes to golf, and that's why I don't like golf is because I'm bad at it. That's the truth.
Oh, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I'm terrible
I'm
at it,
so
too.
bad.
But
It doesn't
if you
seem
hit the
good.
ball right one time, bro, that feeling
If I
is
make
so good.
impact with the ball, it's a good day.
And very last thing, this is literally a yes or no, is paternity leave good?
I believe we talked about this in the
we?
last podcast.
Oh,
yeah,
well, then
I
never mind.
remember talking about like Joe Rogan and what he was saying.
Oh,
and all that.
yeah.
yeah. But
paternity
yeah,
leave, I'll say it's good.
we can, and then we wanted to talk about the whole fair use situation going on with H3, but I think we should save that for next week because that's going to be an ongoing thing, just about fair use. And fair use and
Trailer is
reactions and all.
tripping.
Yeah, trailer's tripping. So yeah, anything else we want to discuss before we close this out?
We don't actually hate anybody.
Allegedly.
We like generally making fun of people. I make fun of my cat. I talk all sorts of shit about him, so don't take any of it seriously, I guess, is the point. But if we're being mean, let us know.
Yeah, let
try
us,
not to be mean.
Let us know. We're constantly learning. You know, it's a back and forth. It's a conversation between you and us.
Conversación.
You want to know the meanest thing one of my friends ever said about another one of my friend?
What?
No names here. He said, man, that dude's got no substance. He's the Kroger icing of people.
Hey, but Kroger icing is actually pretty good because it's not that sweet. The whipped icing.
It was
Ooh.
no, like he's talking about like the like kind of like sticky like cakey icing that they put on the shitty cakes. Like I knew exactly what he meant. I was like, yeah. He was like, that motherfucker's the Kroger icing of people. I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm gonna have to marinate on that one. Well, guys,
Well, gang, I believe that is all the time we have for you.
Bye.
we'll see you at the next podcast.
See you.
Bye, motherfuckers.
Talking Normies podcast.